triangular trade, also known as the slave trade, but we'll get into why it's called that later. It affected many people and started in the 1400s and ended in the 1800s. Now, it affected a lot of people because of how successful it was, and that's why it went on so long. Hence its name. It's a triangle, but not just any triangle like you see in math class. It consisted of Africa, Europe, and the United States of America. So of course I wanted to see if other people knew about it. So I asked a couple people that I randomly found, and I interviewed them. Now when I recorded this footage, I didn't realize that my phone was glitching out for some reason, so it is currently going to have a little bit of a glitch sound. Do you know what the triangular trade is?
No.
Do you know what the triangular trade is? 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 Emma! Do you know what the triangular trade is? What is it? Shut up!
Is that where Africa traded slaves to colonial America?
That's basically it. Give me a high five. Do you know what the triangular trade is?
What?
Okay, well the triangular trade is basically a slave trade. It was a triangle of the Atlantic Ocean from Europe, and Africa, and the U.S.
You mean the Bermuda Triangle?
Okay, you can goodbye. Okay, so I asked 9 people, and only one person knew what it actually meant. One kid said it was the Bermuda Triangle, but let's just ignore him. It's funny how many people don't know about this, even though it's so important in our history. In fact, I have to admit I didn't know much about this before this assignment. But let's explain it a little bit better and why it's so important. So as you can see from the footage I have here from the TED Talk, it basically is a visual of how the triangular trade worked. It had many different people, and the different continents could help each other out by trading. Now Europe gave us stuff like guns, clothes, furniture, and tools, while Africa gave us stuff like spices, gold, irony, and feathers. But we gave out shipbuildings and other stuff. Now, for getting a little bit more specific, there are many other stuff. Wow, that's a huge list. Cite right there or in the description. Unfortunately, if there's one thing that everybody knows about history, it's that nothing's perfect, especially a trade. Slavery was involved, people used guns and threatened people were kept up in cells, the ships had very little space and had so many people on it. So you may be wondering, with all of this, why would people keep on doing this slave trade? Well, I read in this article, and notice how it's like zoomed in and less blurred out on that spot. Yeah, I did that. That was my professional editing. Like it? Well, anyways, if you read it really quickly, it explains that the trade was actually successful and helped a lot of people out. Now, obviously, the slave trade wasn't fair, and no one really knows sure why it went for so long. But obviously, it was dispersed because of slavery, and everybody, well, most of the people were happy about that. So by this time, the triangular trade was over. It was all over. I hope you guys are happy about this video. The reason it started was because the world was in great need of trade, and we still trade today. Unfortunately, trade didn't stop after that, and what you don't know is that there's still slavery today. People threaten illegal immigrants by saying that they'll deport them if they don't do what they tell them to do for no pay. All of this ended in 1807, and even though it was over, slavery was never over. Will slavery ever be over? Will we all be treated equal? We'll never know. Do you know what the Now, America could trade stuff like guns, cloth, furniture, and tools. But Europe could give stuff like, oh wait, no, I did that.